out of the NBA, a story that, look, I admit there's not a lot that really surprises me, but seeing this today, I was initially very surprised. Then I got it. But to make a decision this fast, Damian Lillard is going back home. And by home, I mean he's going back to Portland. As he rehabs all year from the injury suffered, look, he had the blood clot as well. He had the torn Achilles, missed the playoffs this year for the Bucks, and it was an easy exit for Milwaukee out of the playoffs here. Milwaukee buys him out for over $100 million, and hey, the narrative was Damian Lillard, one of the most exciting players in the NBA, who's kind of past his prime a little bit, but still incredibly exciting. He's going to take his time, can rehab on his own, back in Portland with his family and everything. He'll take his time picking his next team. He'll take nothing but time. This is a decision that could be a year away. Nope, it's already made, as he has decided to go back to Portland for 3 years and $42 million. Now, it's not a lot of money, but obviously he's someone who is, now you get to your age 35 year, coming off an injury. The Blazers are going to pay him this year just to rehab because he's not going to play all season long, and they're looking at what's going to be likely a 2-year deal. He's also getting a no-trade clause, and now he and LeBron James are the only ones in the NBA with no trade clauses.
He also gets all that money from Milwaukee. I mean,
he does.
So like we talked about with Bradley Beal yesterday, it looks smallish. No. He's still getting a novelty check from an old.
No, I said he's getting the $113 million, but this contract, this is what the Blazers are on the hook for, and it's 3 years and $42 million. And, I'm happy for Damian Lillard, and I'm starting to realize that, not that I feel guilty, but that I feel, looking back at his career, there was a lot of players. Let me start here. There's a lot of thoughts in my head. I've had a lot of coffee in the last few minutes. So one of the conversations,
listening to Coldplay all day.
Yeah, one of the conversations that Rick Bucher and I have had for a long time, right, whether it was on the air, off the air, is about how there are a lot of NBA players that enjoy the lifestyle of being an NBA star, and the winning is not something that they're so obsessed with. And look, this is why players like Kobe and LeBron all cut through, because we know how badly they want to win, right? KD, Steph Curry, right? Why we gravitate to these guys, we talk about it all the time. We know how badly they want to win. But not every star is like that. And you see many stories of stars who get to the NBA and are great players, but is winning their ultimate goal, winning an NBA title, and then when they win, go win one again? Or is the ultimate goal, hey, this is my dream to play in the NBA. I love the lifestyle. Winning is great, but if I don't win, it's okay. Like the old Scotty Scheffler, hey, winning is not that big a deal. You're only going to like it for 2 minutes anyway. And there's a lot of players who are like that. And now seeing Damian Lillard, who it took him forever to leave Portland, and it was, kicking and screaming, hey, dude, you got to go, man. I'm sick and tired of talking about how great a player you are at 10:30 at night in the West Coast when only, a dozen Portland Trailblazer fans live got to see you go for 50 and start hitting stuff from the logo because the Blazers are terrible and they're not on the radar screen. Dude, you could be winning titles, man. You could be going places. You could go somewhere. And finally, after years and years and years of this, okay, I'll go. And he goes to Milwaukee, and it doesn't go great, and it didn't seem like he was ever really happy. His preferred destination was Miami, and he couldn't get there. So now what does he do? He goes home. Clearly, he doesn't care about winning. I wonder how much he ever cared about winning. And you know what? Sometimes I can say that's okay, right? It's okay if this is the kind of player, but you have to understand if you're going to trade for a guy like that, that's what motivates him. And so clearly seeing this with Damian Lillard, already with this injury coming, I want to go back home. Maybe I never really wanted to leave to begin with, but I want to go back home to play and play the rest of my career. Whatever it is, it is. I can still find enjoyment. I'm still going to go out and try to win every night, but but if I don't make it far in the playoffs, okay. If I don't win the title, it's okay. I'm going to try to win wherever I can, but am I going to go crazy about building a winner, or am I going to go and just enjoy the rest of my career? That's Damian Lillard, and I feel like we've underestimated or misappropriated him into the group of players where it's like, hey, you're a difference maker, go win a championship. You, of course, burn to go win. He doesn't burn to go win. He burns to play. He loves to play. He loves the game. He does incredible things in Portland. He's one of the most beloved players in franchise history in the area. But he's not quite wired like like we've come up with Kobe and LeBron and Shaq and all these guys that want to go and win and win and win, and Steph Curry and give me another title and give me another title. He's just not that guy, and I think now that we see him decide very quickly, hey, I'm okay going back home, and if I don't win, I don't win. That's kind of the guy he has been throughout his career. It wasn't so much loyal to a franchise. I found a place I like to play, and I like playing here, and that's enough for me. And that's kind of Damian Lillard. That's who he's always been, but it took to get to this point where he goes back home for us to really see it, that 3D.
Well, you might always have that moment of clarity along the way, too. To everything, turn. I'm going to quote the Birds all night now. But we or the Bible, I guess they took that from. But you look at the situation, right? He goes home where his kids are, so that was swirling in the background of a lot of this when he requested the trade in 23. I think it was only the Heat that really came out and all the reporting as a preferred destination. Goes to Milwaukee. How much, this now you can have the side conversation of how much of this is Giannis telling him, yeah, I ain't going to be here when you get back. So so you got that going on for you. Maybe that's swirling over here too. But, in all walks of life, you come into a situation, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I got a lot of people that work in education. I'm going to be, a creator of young minds. I'm going to do this. And then 10 years later, it's like, boy, I'm in for 10, so I got to stay for the extra, 15 or whatever it is until I'm fully vested in age and whatever else. So, you come into those continuums. So whatever it is you do for your job. We talked about this a lot last night. You can find the podcast about the Scottie Scheffler stuff, etc. For Dame Lillard, you might have had that guy that burned with desire back when he was drafted in 2012. You have a couple of big runs, C.J. McCollum. They've had a pretty good squad. And then things change. You have a major injury where you're not going to be able to play for a year. Puts things in perspective that, you're on the back nine, as it will, to continue the golf analogy, and you've only got a couple of years left. You're in the Western Conference. You're not expecting to win anything. The $14 million seemed like if you really wanted to go home, you might have taken a little less and given them some more flexibility. Since you are still getting the $100 million from Milwaukee, but you get your closure. And it might have been loving it and wanting to fight for wins for a long, long time. But at some point, you have that moment where things change and you recognize, hey, I still love the job. I still love the paycheck. I still love the locker room, whatever else. But winning maybe pushes away. We've talked with guys a long time, right? A lot of football players. Hey, I happen to be 6'7". What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And that's
how it goes.
Basketball players. I was good. And I kept going. I mean, you make fun of my guys, Evan Eschmeyer and other guys from Northwestern as they played through. A couple of those guys went and played, made pretty good money in Europe. Did they make NBA money? No, but they were taken care of pretty well. Yeah. Were they really good players? Yeah, at college they were good, not great, but there's a market for it. And you play as long as you can, right? Rip the jersey off my back. And for Dame Lillard, he gets to go home. Look, your girl Jennifer Nettles sang about that with Bon Jovi in his hair.
Yeah, he said, well, yeah, of course. One of the best duets ever. Who says you can't go home?
See, now I got you. You're going to be off track all night because I brought up Jennifer Nettles.
Oh, I'll be singing Sugarland all night.
You're
singing
that,
the Birds, I'll be singing Sugarland.
Well, I'm going to sing you some of the duets from the Righteous Gemstones, so take that.
But look, not every NBA star we say is Kobe, LeBron, Steph, KD, Brunson, and that's okay, right? It's okay because it's not like I've seen him come out and he doesn't look like he wants to win, right? Like I could say that for someone like Lamar Odom, who, his goal was to get to the NBA. And he was a guy who was an every other game guy. In lots of games, he didn't try to get into the game. Like I felt like he was just there to play. Damian Lillard plays hard. It's just he didn't burn to win like the fans wanted him to. Like we wanted Lillard to win. Like I feel like we wanted Lillard to win more than he wanted than burn for. It's like, go somewhere and go win a title, man. It'll be awesome. And Lillard was like, yeah, I'm going to play hard and try my best, but if I don't, it's okay. I'm happy. I'm happy with what's going on. And we get that mixed up sometimes because, hey, we always think, well, guys want to win as much as we want them to win. And look, certain sports, football, everybody wants to win, right? The stuff they put their bodies through, they want to win every single time they set foot on the field, right? There's not that out there. But there's other sports because of what you put your body through. But other sports, there are stars, and that's okay. And if your effort's never in question, if you're you don't put everything on the floor, leave everything out there. Okay, then I can look at you and go, all right, I don't know that you really deserve this money, deserve this credit, but you see Lillard play, you know how much he tries to win every time he gets on the floor. It's just, hey, I'm not going to sit here and try to recruit guys to come, and I'm not going to try to worry about circumventing the salary cap to sign here and go here and play for a title. Like, he's not made to win. He's not made and judged by how many finals he gets to like LeBron does. And and that's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay it's just weird for us to see this because we want to think that, hey, all the stars we watch, they want to win just as much as we do, and that's just not the case.
Well, but as you led the analysis was the idea of he was allegedly going to take a bunch of time, take some time to heal. See, it all ties together, and then make a decision. Other teams potentially interested, but that's a year. Like, he's not in the plans now, right? He's okay. You can come and use the facilities. We'll get you a key card and you can go hang out with the trainers. So we'll have to put you in their schedule. Beyond that, you're not banking on them for this year at all. So if you're roster building with the idea that you're trying to win, well, he's not a fit, nor are you going to commit that kind of money to it for a guy that's not going to play. Where does that make sense? Portland. Feel-good story. Maybe some folks still have the Damian Lillard cards that they didn't burn in the barbecue pit this offseason, and you just get to dust that out because your guy came home.